Welcome to Food Ed, the podcast that explores the vital role food plays in the classroom. Join us as we dive into the latest research, share best practices, and hear from experts in the field. Let's work together to create a school environment where every student can thrive. Let's become food educated together. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Food Ed podcast. My name is Svetlana Elgar, and I am your host for today. Today, we have with me Alla Matusov, who is the CEO of Ivy League Royal Academy. Welcome, Alla. What a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for making it out here and giving us your time. We're very excited to talk to you. So if you can give thank you. If you can give our audience some background on you, what you're currently doing, your passion, and your favorite food for us.
Oh my God. Favorite food, that's the hardest part. So I set up my private school a little bit long time ago. It's brand new right now name. We moved to new location. It was lots of changes, like always in every single business. So before that, we were called Green School of Hollywood. My son created this name because the school was created for him originally. But then when several years ago, the marijuana became legal in California, people start to call me and ask, oh, is this a school that teach how to raise marijuana? So I was forced to change it because I'm doing with kids. I don't want my kids to know and to be exposed to all of that information. So that's why we changed, and we love the name. Everybody loves the name because my goal is to really help children to receive the best education. And I believe that people are so talented, so incredible smart, but unfortunately not always receive the right education to show all their talents and their passion and everything. And this is sad for me because in the country that has everything, we cannot really educate children. That's very sad part for me. And some of my goals, as the biggest goal, several years ago, I received a boy who was autistic. He came to me at age 3. And the only things he was doing, sitting in the corner and crying. And we worked very hard. At age 6, he was already reading Harry Potter. And he is the first one that took high school proficiency exam at age 11 and passed it in the first attempt. So I think from just crying to passing high school proficiency exams that are designed for students from age 16 to 18, and he did it at age 11. I think it's fantastic. Now, my favorite food.
Okay. That's amazing.
Now, my favorite food. It's very hard to say. I'm not like a big eater. Originally, I would say probably potato. I love potato, but I don't eat it anymore. Probably today, I'm going to name a food which sounds a little bit expensive, but I have a whole history with this food. It's caviar. So if you look even at the FDA, it's approved by FDA for infants. And I literally faced it when my son was just a baby when he was born, because I was born and my late husband, we were born and raised in Kiev. And you know that it was Chernobyl's catastrophe. And right after the catastrophe, we had a very serious and very disturbing issues with children. Very many of them not just had cancer, they had grown-ups diseases, they have heart attacks, strokes, and everything. Of course, it's all caused by Chernobyl. But my pediatrician was so great. He was invited all over the world to do different consultation. And he said to me, Alla, you have to give to your child black caviar, because before 5, don't give red one. After 5, you can use red one. Before 5, it shall be black one. And he gave me a recipe how to do that. So my son practically grew up on that, because we were so scared that some of the diseases he can have, and I cannot have another child. And for me to lose the only one, it would be unacceptable in this world. So this guy saved my son. My son, thanks God, pretty healthy, everything is perfect. But later on, it saved me because I had 4 surgeries, open body surgeries in my body. I don't have 4 organs in my body. And a doctor at age 17, when I was 17, he said to me, you're going to be in a good health for another 17 years. In the 17 years, you're the only one kidney going to start to, fall apart, and you're going to be sick. You will need other surgeries, transplantation. And I said, no way, I don't believe you, because I'm a physiologist. One of my master degrees, I'm a scientist and biologist, physiologist of human beings and animals. And I said, no way, I'm going to treat myself. I don't go to doctors. Everything is done by myself. And thanks God, today I'm going to be soon 63, and I'm in a perfect health. And caviar, one of them, because majority of my years I lived on the B12 shots. Pills do not help, just shots. It really was helping me. But then when I start to consume a tablespoon of a caviar every day, I don't need any more any shots. I don't need any more any artificial vitamins. Caviar, like an egg, it's an egg, fish egg. It's contained all microelements and all vitamins that you need to support your health. So 1 tablespoon, and you're good. I wish I had a school and fundraising and everything that we can provide that for children. So, but unfortunately, it's not yet. We hope to gonna go to that level.
Wow, wonderful. So you eat a teaspoon of black caviar every day to this day.
A tablespoon.
Well, you eat one tablespoon every day.
Yes.
And you okay, black caviar.
Yeah.
And which caviar are you eating?
Sometimes black, sometimes red. It depends. Some red are very good, and according to FDI, all the components are identical. It's just red caviar not good for kids before 5. That's my pediatrician said. And I had the story with my son when I gave him red one, and then we have to take some special medication. So black one is much, much softer in this case. Yeah. So it's again the story. I helped one guy with his grandchild in education. So now I can buy the caviar practically by the wholesale price. And very often it's wild beluga or it's wild 𝗂𝗏𝗀. Wild is the best.
Very good. Very good.
You understand, yeah, when it's a cold river,
yes,
very tough environment,
yes, of course.
The caviar is the best.
This episode is brought to you by Rainbow Chefs Academy. Rainbow Chefs Academy provides turnkey nutrition and wellness training for schools, home-based, and after-school programs. For more information, please check the link in the show notes or visit rainbowchefsacademy.com. And now, back to the show.
What makes Ivy League Royal Academy stand out from other schools, and what is the mission of your school?
Oh, the mission is very interesting. It's inspire the children that will inspire the world. That's our mission. We're different because we have accelerated educational program. I have lots of kids in entertainment industry, and for them to pass California high school proficiency exam is one of the most important things, because when you pass the test, does not matter what age, you allowed to work full time and you allowed to study full time at university or college. So this is like a very special, and very many kids in entertainment, they have to work, and they have to work very hard. Everybody thinks that entertainment, oh, it's so much fun and great money, but it's a really, really hard work. So, and for those kids to pass the test is very essential. One of my students, Isabel Nay, right now pretty big star on the Netflix. She is has a leading role in the original series 1883, it seems to be. The whole show was changed for her. But she came to me at age 15, and at age 15 and a half, she passed high school proficiency exam that allowed her attorney to sign full-time job contract in her first show with Netflix, which was for teenagers. It's called Alexa and Katie. 𝗣𝗲𝗍, my very interesting student, he was 12 when he came to me at age 12 and a half. He passed California high school proficiency exam as well, just in 6 months. And because of that, he is a great dancer. He was in Dancing with the Star junior audition, one of the pros. And we went to CBS, recording him and dancing. Fantastic. But now he's making songs, being in a movie everywhere. And because he started very early, he is a very big YouTuber, a blogger on YouTube. And on the other hand, right now he's making songs with Timberlake, you name it. Huge name right now, growing very quickly. So, and as of my student, I hope soon it's going to happen and we're going to know 𝗄𝗶𝗄𝐴.
Oh,
She's a
okay.
singer.
Wow.
And she's going to be, we hope, part of The Voice. She's chosen for The Voice. Yes. And it's very, very important for kids. I don't have only entertainment. I have some guys who want to be in IT, in technology, with computer works, to do programs, coding, all of that stuff. So it's very different. Kids who wants to achieve something in the medicine field, they too come into me. I designed school personally for my own son, and he wanted to be in entertainment, but we guide him, say, first become an entertainment attorney. And then when you're going to have connections, then see, maybe you change your world and going to do something
Wonderful. What a very nice motherly approach, yet probably works for many children. Do you currently have any health and wellness and nutrition initiative in the school? Any education that your school provides on health, wellness, and nutrition at this time, or not really?
We on a regular basis, because we have biology with students, we're always talking about food and everything. I don't do that like a specific subject for parents, but I am starting my own podcasting about education, and I'm sure it's going to be part of it, because sometimes I see, kids coming with lollipops in their mouths and everything early in the morning. And for me, it's very, very, very sad and disturbing, so especially in the morning, how you can give a candy to a child. But again, it's sometimes probably easier. And I'm working right now on a recipe to make like lollipops, something but healthy, not to have that much sugar in those lollipops, because it's kids. I totally understand they want those candies, but they have to be healthy.
Are you aware of the rising numbers that we have in U.S. in diabetes and obesity in the kids? And what do you think, being in education for this long and having a school of your own, what do you think would be the best approach for us as a community to offset diabetes and obesity in our next generation? What are your thoughts on the subject?
Of course, step number one would be to raise new generations that totally understand and can control themselves. So, because the minute the child is introduced to candies, it's very hard then to stop. It's like an addiction. Because we understand, because it's make people happy, serotonin is produced, and of course people want more and more. And that's a sad story, because majority of the kids cannot control themselves, and they continue to consume more and more sweets. And of course it can destroy their health and in the future their life. Because if you don't have health, how you're going to live, how you're going to work, how you can do all the stuff that you're supposed to do or would love to do.
So you're saying that as a community and as educators, we should bring awareness on health, wellness, and nutrition to the kids and into our schools, kind of, right? That's what you think would work well.
And parents as well. Yeah. Parents as well, it cannot be separated, because it's just two sides of the same process. If parents gonna continue to feed children with candies and everything in school, saying it's a no, we're going to confuse the child. So we have to be on the same side, because there is nothing worse in this world than confused brain of a child. And the child does not know what to do. However, I've seen several very sad stories when the parents literally removes meat from the kids' diet, and they forcing kids just to eat what they given to them. And then the child see the other kids have different food. And at the beginning, they asking and they trying the other food, and they love it. They coming home and they telling parents, oh, I tried to do this and it's so delicious. And parents then very mad with them. And then the child is learning and telling me, oh, I'm going to try this, but I'm not going to tell my parents. So in this case, we can see that right at the beginning, at the early childhood, the friendship between parents and children are destroyed. The minute you destroy that friendship, it's very hard to restore it. So you have to listen, even if you don't like that your child did that. Try still to be nice and be supportive, and then say, you know what, you can try, but just don't eat too much. Because from my life experience, I know it's not what, it's how much, and very often how. So those words gives you. You cannot protect child completely from the sweets and everything. They still going to be all around us. If we will be able to find the solution and make them in a healthy way, that's one story. But it's going to be probably for a while. It's not going to happen. So that's why I wouldn't do that, because there is another point for me when people, it's only maybe like 15 years ago, everybody started to go crazy about organic food. And I'm not saying don't buy and don't eat organic food, but if you have to eat inorganic, just normal food, it's okay. Why? One of my favorite movies is called The Princess Bride. And in that movie, there is a game. I did not know what is the name of that in English. I knew in Russian. But in English, I learned from this movie. It's called The Game of Wits. So one of the guy, the main character, he joined some pirate's ship, and he was trained for 5 years. He trained his body to take poisonous stuff. And if you recall, during medieval time, in every single royal family in Europe, everybody was taking a little bit of poisonous stuff, because killing your relatives, a husband, a wife, a son, whatever it is, with poisonous was very common things. So the only way to protect yourself, it was to try the poison things every day for certain years. And then when somebody is really trying to poison you, so you're not going to die. You're going to be sick, you're going to vomit, you're going to be in very uncomfortable condition, but you're going to survive that, because your body going to learn how to fight that poisonous stuff. So it's the same for me, like it's too much over protecting kids from, if they touch something and they put hand in the mouth, little babies, parents are screaming and yelling, don't put your hands in the mouth. Oh my God, you're going to get sick. No, vice versa. Human being, I studied this at university, we survived as human being because kids were putting their dirty hands in the mouth or whatever it is they touch in the mouth. I call it natural immunization, because in a small amount, yes, when it's getting to your body, your body learn how to fight it. Then when it's going to come a real pandemic situation, your body going to be ready for that. But the more you put all of those alcohols on your hands and children's hands, it's not going to help. It's going to vice versa make your child's body very fragile. So I would avoid that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I like the way that you think, and I like the way that you explain and how much experience it shows that you have working with children and parents, and it's truly wonderful to meet you. I'd love for you to become partners in health with us. which Partners in Health is basically what I'm trying to put together is a community of educators and companies that get involved in bringing health, wellness, and nutrition to schools and in an educational manner. Because I think one of the ways that we can solve, as you were talking even, is really through education. So I hope you will become Partners in Health with us.
I will join.
Okay.
I will join.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Alex.
I will join, of course.
And I'm going to send you a backpack. I will send you an email, get your address, but as a thank you on being on the podcast, I will send your backpack. And I want to make sure you and I will stay in touch. And I think that what you provided today for our listener was extremely valuable. And I really appreciate your time. It was really, really nice to meet you, to interview you. And I loved your energy and your leadership. I thank you for your time. And I will be in touch with you. Okay. Thank you so much, Alla. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform and on YouTube. Let's work together to create a school environment where every student can thrive while becoming a food educated together. We will see you next week on Food Ed.